Frank Sinatra song, so it's stuck in my mind now. So thanks a lot, guys.
Sorry.
Anyway, tonight, go away. Well, that is essentially what jailed mother Casey Anthony says to her family as she rejects a jail visit again. Now, that was last night, and moments ago we learned that Lee Anthony has canceled his visitation with his sister, which was set for tomorrow. Casey is still behind bars and still a person of interest in her daughter Kaylee's disappearance. The toddler has been missing almost 2 months. Earlier, Cindy Anthony was asked why she thinks Casey canceled their visit.
Probably the same reason we did last week. So, you know, we got to respect her wishes. That's what we're going to do. Okay?
Is it getting more difficult to be the grandparents searching while you're trying to be the supportive parents at the same time? Is that getting tougher?
No, I mean, we've always said our priority was Kaylee, and that's still our priority. Again, you know, Casey knows from day one she's had our support, and, you know, we're not actively out there worrying about what's going on with Casey right now. We're actively worrying about what's going on with Kaylee, and that's what we're going to continue our focus, and it's not going to waver. She's got people in her corner looking out for her best interest, and we have to be the one looking for Kaylee because someone has to do it. And I think, you know, we have the most motive to do it because we want her back right now, and she's not, you know, in a position where she can actively look for her.
Because you had an emotional weekend, how are you guys holding up at this point?
Actually, okay. I mean, Saturday was very therapeutic for us. You know, it's just a day. You know, it was her birthday. It was a special day, but, you know, we didn't celebrate her birthday last year on her actual day. I mean, we did a little bit. We had our big party a few days later. So, I mean, her homecoming is the most important thing.
If police had unlimited resources, you know, if they could call in the Army, what would you have them do? What would you like to see?
Well, shoot, you know, I'd love to have satellite from the sky looking down, looking in every home and, you know, just zooming in on every child. But that's, you know, we can't do that because, you know, there's...
Well, we got to go drive that.
But that would be awesome.
Hey, Cindy, did Kaylee ever talk about Zenaida Gonzalez? Did she ever say the babysitter's name?
She talked about her puppy all the time.
Did she ever say the babysitter's name?
Never asked her about the babysitter. I mean, when I got her, it was all about her being home and getting love and playing and just doing stuff. So there was never a reason. She talks about her puppy all the time.
Have they said anything more to you, or the cell phone records, is that pretty much a dead end at this point, or are you still hopeful that something could come out of Casey's cell phone records?
We had a long conversation about that today. Some of the stuff that got leaked out is erroneous, and they're looking at some of those things today. So, can you tell us?
Is there something specific what's wrong?
Nope. Again, that's part of the investigation.
Have there been any threats that you know of against your family or against Casey? You were saying that somebody was dangerous, but that maybe...
Oh, we get threats every day. We get written threats. We get threats on our home phone. We get threats on our cell phones. We get threats on our emails. So the threats are out there.
Meanwhile, George Anthony was asked why he is so excited about a new traveling billboard that has a picture of his missing granddaughter on it.
It's the first chance I've had to have that because a lot of other people have been doing it for us. But, you know, this is just something special for me to do.
I know you said that you felt helpless, that you haven't been able to find her. Like, what does, you're out and about. I mean, you're getting her face out there. How does that...
Well, maybe someone will finally connect, or maybe it's unlocked. I think the connection that someone's going to say, God, this is the grandpa. He's really out there trying. Which they know that anyhow, in the same way as my wife. It's just something that I got to do.
Who are you hoping sees this today?
Anyone. Anyone that's out there, hopefully the person who has my granddaughter's going to say, oh my gosh, I got to turn her. Maybe they'll flag me down. Maybe I'll be driving around though, and she'll be right there.
George, what's the plan today?
I really don't have a specific plan. I'm going to drive anywhere that I can today, and
George,
if I have to drive out of state to find her, I'm going to do it. So
the last thing that you saw...
I've got a full tank of gas, and I'm ready to go.
The last thing that you saw Kaylee wearing, like her white sunglasses and her jean skirt...
All that, guys, is part of the initial report, so I don't want to go back into that. That's backing up again.
I was wondering did they find it?
Guys, that's something you're going to have to ask the sheriff's department. See, now you're taking another step. So, but please, I don't want to go into that kind of stuff. Okay? My granddaughter is still with us. I know it. Deep in my heart, my wife knows it. So don't be taken in another area because, guys, we still have a lot of stuff to get out there and to get done.
What's your
and that's
to the American people, or even in your community, that are going to see this sign and they want to do something?
Never, ever, ever give up. There's an organization we work with, and I can't say their name because I told them I wouldn't, but you can't give up. You can never give up on anything.
Joining us live is Drew Petrimo, reporter for WDBO Radio. Drew, earlier today, the grandparents were at the sheriff's office. Do you know what the subject of the discussion was?
Well, there was a couple of things that she told reporters that she went there to talk to them about. She said that she had some questions and also some information to relay to them. And as you heard her just talking, she also wanted to dispute a July 16th phone call in which Casey says that she heard Kaylee's voice. Now, the sheriff's office says that that call never took place. When reporters asked Cindy Anthony about the miscommunication or the misunderstanding, she said that those reports were false. So she wanted to go there and clarify that, you know, she says she has the phone records too, and that call did happen.
All right, so the call did happen. So the grandmother says that the call did happen where Casey supposedly heard her daughter in the background. Did she say? Go ahead.
It was a call supposedly, you know, coming from the Anthonys, from Zenaida Gonzalez, in which it came in from a private number, and she heard Kaylee in the background of the phone call.
All right, private numbers. So they weren't able to determine for certain who the phone call came from, right? Just that it came from a private number.
Well, investigators say this call never happened. I mean, that's what comes from the Anthony family.
All right, so there's that dispute. Now, did Cindy, the grandmother, say that she had actually spoken to the babysitter and herself heard Kaylee in the background, or is it simply the jailed mother who says that she heard Kaylee in the background on July 16th?
Well, a new twist that came out today was Cindy Anthony actually said what would be Kaylee's great-grandmother actually received a call at some point while she was missing, and that she may have heard Kaylee in the background of a call. That's something that we hadn't heard before today, but during an interview she had said that it wasn't only Casey that had heard Kaylee during a phone call, but also the great-grandmother had also been involved in a phone call in which she heard Kaylee.
Now, was that on July 16th as well, or was that sometime earlier that the great-grandmother supposedly got the phone call?
She didn't clarify. I would imagine that, you know, she didn't clarify. So, I mean, I'm not going to speculate on when that was. You know, she didn't clarify that.
All right. Has anyone located the Zenaida Gonzalez yet? I mean, is there any more information on that?
Well, there was only one Zenaida Gonzalez that was ever linked to the apartment complex where Casey said she dropped Kaylee off, and that woman has basically been cleared from the investigation. She did an interview with one of our local TV stations down here where she basically said she's never met Casey, Kaylee, or the Anthonys, and has no idea why she was brought up in this investigation by Casey.
Drew, is there any more information about why Casey did not call the police to notify them, or the sheriff's office, that her child was missing from June 16th to the point where the grandmother was the one who finally pulled the trigger and called on the 15th of July?
The thing that they've maintained is that she was concerned for Kaylee's safety. You know, there hasn't just been any clarification. The only reason why she's given is because she said that she was scared for her safety. One of the new latest developments, I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet, but I just received a call from my station where we've learned now that Lee Anthony has canceled his visit with Casey that was scheduled for tomorrow morning. So that's 3 visits in a row from her family that have been canceled, which would lead someone to believe that there's a possible rift forming between Casey and her family.
Or the other possibility is that they don't want those phone calls taped anymore because even the lawyer might have put the stop on that. But anyway, we'll have to dig more on that. Drew, thank you.